The other day, I tried to open the door from this electric vehicle. What a mess. What a mess. Gee, why engineering designers and all these people that think that the future has to be what they saw in the 60s and 70s about futuristic world? Why they insist to change things that already had a function, that they already work?
Yeah, I know.
And there was no need to substitute those things.
I know exactly what you mean.
So open a door from that car, for me it was like, it gave me anxiety just to think all the possibilities where I would be in danger as a woman.
Yeah,
and
imagine.
how am I going to get inside that car?
Imagine someone is chasing you, you're like, where's the handle? Where's the handle?
Exactly.
It's horrible, nightmarish.
Or wild animal, not you also, but another type of wildlife chasing me, and I find a car, and then a type of car that is like the one I'm explaining to you now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get inside for my own sake or my own safety, and I can't, and then I'm gonna be dead by wild animal.
Dead by invention.
Or but other type of animals of two-legged animal.
I mean, I have 4, but I'm only using 2, so.
So yes, you get what I'm trying to say here?
Yes, I understand exactly what you mean, and I feel the same way when I want to start my toaster, and it's telling me I need a Wi-Fi connection. I die inside, so it's kind of like the same you described, being mauled by an animal, only that I'm being killed from the inside by a toaster.
And why electrical things that had they had one purpose? So it was a toaster. The name itself is telling you what it's gonna do. Toast bread or any bread related product.
First it was like toast on off.
Exactly.
Then it became, sure, you want different toast level, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine, I can live with that. But now, like a touchpad for a toaster, like, is that really necessary? Like, what's the point of that?
I really don't understand.
What's the point of having a touchpad on a water boiler? Isn't it supposed to just boil the fucking water?
Exactly. I don't want tactile
which temper
things.
do you want? Do you want 85 degrees or do you want 91 degrees? Oh, my tea is gonna be perfect at 84, please. So, 84, thank you. Like, dude, really?
Yes, I really hate those things. Can someone explain to me?
We need to reverse.
Well, we didn't need to go this far. Things already worked. Don't change things that already worked and they were functional for decades. So why changing a toaster now? It's connecting to your Wi-Fi, or maybe your printer needs a freaking subscription in order to print your documents.
Yeah, it's horrible.
What is this? What is this crazy dystopia world that it's being engineered here?
There's two, I think for me at least, there's 2 categories. One is, it's called Internet of Things. It's just that everything has internet connection. That one is purposeful because it adds to telemetry. It's about data, tracking data, all this stuff. So that one is bad, but it's made by design. But then you have the other one, which is just bad design because someone thought it was good, or because it aspired to some kind of luxury or something. I really don't understand. Like, touchpads became like a luxury thing. So then everything was a touchpad. So they made like a lamp with a touch. They made a keypad with a touch. What is the point of that? A keypad, by definition, you like a digit keypad, like a calculator. You have 0 to 9.
Okay.
That's it. Why do you need a touchpad for that? What is a touchpad? What's the point of a touchpad? The point is to make it more interactable, so you can scroll, you can move things around. That was the whole point of a touchpad. It's basically taking a mouse and a keyboard and a screen into one. But that's when it's required more complexity, when you need to do more things, you need to interact more with the whatever gadget you have. But a fucking keypad, literally, you're gonna push buttons. Do you need a touchpad for that? Same goes for the toaster. What's wrong with buttons for a toaster? Do you need a touchpad for that?
No, we don't.
But for some reason, touchpad became really synonymous with some kind of luxury or high tech or whatever. The marvelous of engineering, fucking touchpad, and they just put in everything. And now it's just kind of now they don't want to revert because they're afraid of then no one will buy it because people will like, you don't even put touch on this. Oh, what is this?
But that's the thing. How people is getting used to it and actually accept it when it's not. There's no need for some things. For example, a dashboard in your car. And now, to me, it seems that that design had a purpose for people with mobility problems.
Mhm.
Perfect. They need something, so society has to be more inclusive to people with mobility problems. I'm 100% on board to that idea, to be inclusive with mobility problem people. But the majority of the people or the population, we don't have those problems.
No.
So a dashboard where it's tactile, everything, to me it's like it creates more problems than actually helping people. So
it creates more annoyance and
you
friction.
get more distracted because you have to literally scroll inside your car.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't need to scroll, because if we already learned that you don't use your phone or your cell phone while you are driving, that you don't text while you are driving, or you don't check social media while you are driving, why we have this design, like your smartphone design, into your car's dashboard, for example. Seriously.
But okay, if I just play devil's advocate, there are some things that are actually better with touch.
Like what?
Like a map. You can zoom on a map.
Okay.
Easily drag it. Like that's objectively better than having 4 arrows and you have to pinpoint a very narrow street. You know what I mean?
Okay, yes. But do you need that inside your car?
No. But exactly, you don't need to bundle everything into one dashboard component. You can have 2. You can have one touch that is more like for maps, and then you have the more mechanical analog style with buttons that is more for convenience and actual robustness. Yeah.
Like changing temperature. You need buttons. Don't give me tactile things. No, thank you. I need to choose how much I want to increase, so it's up or down, super easy with a button. Like switch on and off. A button, a real push thingy that, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, it's giving me anxiety just to think that we are having many of these things everywhere. I don't want that. I don't want that world. It creates more, it's not solving problems, I think.
Did you know that they actually tried to make a touch keyboard for the computer? It failed horribly, because as you can assume, touch is really bad when you have to put things close together but separate it like keys. So there are some things that touch probably will never replace, but
it's just that they are trying to put everything, your fridge, your stove, your microwave, like everything in your house now. If you want modern technology, modern home appliances, then you have these things.
You can't get around it.
No, thank you.
And if you think about it, a touch stove is a really bad design. Like, you have a stove, you're cooking on it. What do you think is gonna get, like, you assume that there will be a spillover of some kind. Take your telephone, your smartphone, go out when it's raining and try to scroll it. See what happens. What happens? It's horrible. You can't scroll. Like, everything stops working because the touchpad is horrible when it's wet. Because it doesn't register heat properly, it doesn't register movement properly, whatever, because the water creates a layer. Then someone thought, that would be really great for a stove.
Exactly.
It's like, dude, what do you think is going to happen with a stove where you cook? You're going to get spillover.
Clearly, the person, probably a man, he never cooked in his life.
Probably not.
No. So in his head, in his brain, in his male brain, he was like, this is a really cool design. We need something like this in our kitchens.
But that's my point. The touch thing for a stove is the same for a toaster. It has no advantage functionally for that. It's only because it's, quote, designy, or it looks tech modern. So companies do it because they want to sell it. But then, actually, what's more stupid? Making a bad design, or someone who buys a bad design? The person buying the bad design is stupider than the one who made it.
Well,
We'll see. I'm looking at you, but I think touch.
Pointing fingers at anyone.
No, sorry. Sure, you all use normal appliance, but I think when it comes to touch, this is just my, how do you say?
Your personal opinion.
No, just thinking out loud. Yes.
Okay.
There's many things that have kind of advanced, developed with humans, like computers, TVs, radios, all these things.
Yes.
But all of them have always been like separate entities, right? You put them, like you have your computer there, your TV there, whatever. They've kind of been in their own respective niches
Corridors.
or domains almost. Like they have their areas, and if you want to interact with it, you go to that specific environment, or if you want to adapt, it's still in the context of whatever it is the object. But there is small things that evolve with us, and one thing is phones, because it's something you always carry around, so it becomes part of us. So any phone that has, when it introduces to humans, and we start carrying it 24/7, it evolved technologically by innovation, but we adapted also to it what we want from, like, touch from phones. That the touch from phones became so common and normal that all the smartphones had it. We couldn't feel that we couldn't have some other product without touch. It's almost like the phone is almost like
it's an extension.
Like we follow that technology innovation.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I thought you were about to say now it's an extension of ourselves.
It is an extension of ourselves, but it's almost like it's such a part of us that whatever it represents, it's hard for us to look at other things that are like, we need the similarity because it's so part of us now. No one looks at a computer and say, oh, the design by the computer should be applied to other things. No. But the phone, we say, like, whatever we have on the phone, we want it in other things also. Because the touch came from the phone and went into the toaster. I think my point was phones, they kind of became almost the compass needle of what other projects fall behind and just have to follow phone's trajectory. I mean, I just, whatever. As you can say, I haven't thought about this well enough. I just had it popped in my head, so I just decided to share it with you.
Thank you, Bear. And yes, but we don't like it. Many of us, we disagree to have all tactile in our daily life. It's, at least for me, it's more like a annoyance than actually a functional feature from technological things. Give me back buttons.
Yeah, please.
Give me analog. Give me old-fashioned, old-style electronic things. Give me those things back.
Hopefully it's making a little bit of a comeback, I think.
I really hope so. And if you have those things already at home, like your analog things, don't get rid of them.
No.
If they still work, keep them. Keep them like they're your precious little child or your precious little children. Just keep them. Like, savor the moment to have at home. Because trust me, then when you switch everything digital at home, it's like
yeah.
You want to kick yourself in the crotch because you were so stupid following the trend of the digital bullshit, and now you're like, now I understand why my grandma never wanted to get rid of her old stove.
The old little radio with the dick.
Exactly, the old little radio or the CD player or the cassette thingy.
The Walkman.
The Walkman. The VHS. The what's the other thingy? The DVD player. The DVD burner. Nowadays, no one is burning CDs.
No. Just pirate download.
Yeah. No. Keep physical things with you.
Physical thing is also ownership.
It's ownership.
Before, when you bought something, a CD or movie, video game, whatever, you own the CD, which means that you could give it to your friend and they could use it. Yeah. It was yours and you could take it with you. But today, when you have a Netflix subscription, I cannot borrow my account to my friend because they're going to say, this is not the account registered for this IP address, so you can't use it.
Yes.
But it's like, okay, then I don't own anything. I just rented it.
Yeah. Don't get rid of your CDs, your physical media. Just keep it, savor it, because you never know. You never know.
And don't buy things with touch that shouldn't be touched. Like, we have to be honest here.
Yes.
Some things is horrible. Touch is a horrible design for that thing.
It is. And
sometimes buttons is just better.
Yes.
And if you have the alternative to choose, you should pick the buttons because it's gonna look saner and it's gonna look more educated going on 10, 15 years on than having a touch for something that shouldn't be touch. And I think I think society will catch on eventually.